Okay, this is going to be the beginning of your final 106 project. And first of all, I need to share my screen, so let me do that. Here we go. So the first thing we need to do for this is we need to open up a brand new blank Excel worksheet, okay? And we've done
Right.
that, okay? So now, we only have one sheet, but what we need is we need five. So we're going to add four more sheets, and now we're going to go back and do a rename. Sheet one is going to be renamed demographics, okay? Sheet
Uh-huh.
two, we're going to rename for January. Sheet three is going to be renamed for February. Sheet four is going to be renamed for March. And sheet five is going to be renamed summary, where we're going to be totaling our January, February, and March data up. And I want to do that rename on that just to make sure everything's the same. There we go. Now, our demographics page is basically going to be like a controller for us, okay? And it's going
Mm-hmm.
to help us be able to fill up some information on January, February, March, and then our summary page is going to come back to these three guys and add up our budget and expenses, things like that, and put it on a summary page. And we'll wind up putting like a pie chart on there afterwards as well. Now,
Okay.
on your class site, you'll see under pulling it together, you will see a link to a demographics page. All right. Let me go and see if I can find that real quick for you. All right. So,
Okay.
and then we'll show that real fast for you on this. So, come on, tab. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. It's a little slow tonight, guys, so stay with me on this. Man, is it slow. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, everybody must be on the internet right now.
No, I just think this is CenturyLink doing this to me.
Mm.
Any minute now, it's going to open this course up. There we go. What I said. Now, there we go. Oh, come on. I apologize for this taking so long, guys. It's just not. I mean, it is just not opening up for me. What is wrong? Well, one thing I know.
Yeah, that happens to me all
Hang
the
on, let me just
time.
pull this up right. Um, Now, for those of you listening, now, Sherry, can you see the Excel worksheet again? Now, do not put the information in the same place I'm
Yes.
at, okay? Because then you're just copying. So this is where you get to choose, all right? You're going to choose how you want this, the font style, the colors, and all that. We need to put some information on this page. One of the things we have to put is our status, all right? So I'm just going to type status in there for a minute. I'm going to zoom in a little bit too, if I can. Apparently it's not going to let me zoom. All right. So status. It means, are you single? Are you married? Married with one child? Married with two childs? You have to choose. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say I'm single. All right. Now, I also have to put my yearly income. And according to our handy dandy demographics page, if it ever comes up, you'll find out it doesn't matter what your status is. Your income is always going to be 42,000. All right. Now, do not put 42,000 slash year. All right, because I've got. If you put yearly income, just put the amount in here. That's all you need to put in, and you'll find out why a little bit later. All right. Uh, Housing. Yeah. So you're going to wind up choosing a housing choice.
Okay.
There's apartments in there. Uh, I know there's for the two apartments on top. One's like $10,042 a month because you're living downtown. The other one's in the suburbs, and I think it's $640 a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to do this from memory, guys. So I'm going to say 640, and I'll say that's in the suburbs. Okay. Now you also have to say there's a list of cars there for you, and there's trucks, SUVs, vans, small cars, whatever, right? So my car, uh, I am going to choose, and I know this is it. There's a 2012, I think it's a Ford Focus, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the car payment on that like $415 or something. Again, I'm just guessing on this. If it's not, I'll change it later. But now the other thing is, we also have some maintenance on that. If you read right below there, it says that if you're living in the suburbs, you have to allow $90 a month for gas and maintenance on your car. If you're living downtown, it's $60 a month. Well, since I'm living in the suburbs, then I have to say that this is $90. Okay? So now, if I have a small car, which this is a small car, I can reduce this amount by 10%. However, if it's a truck, a van, or an SUV, you have to add 10%. So then I can say that I can put a formula in here saying that my discount is equal to this times 0.1, which is 10%. So then my total maintenance down here, that would be equal that plus that, or I'm sorry, minus, not plus, minus. If that was addition, then it would be plus. So, so now my total maintenance is going to be $81. Now that's just to begin with, okay? So now we have to worry about, and there's more that we can put on here, guys, but right now this is a start. So now what we have to do is look at our January, February, March summary. So what I want you to do now is click on January, hold the shift key down and click on summary. Because what we're going to do, this means that whatever we do to one field or one table, it's going to happen to the other tables in the same place. So that way we don't have to do one and then do a copy paste on each one of these guys. So somewhere in here, it doesn't matter where, I'm just going to start in row 5. We have to put some column headings in. And those column headings are item, all right, budget, expense, and income, and then difference. Now, the item, we're going to have a list of items that we're going to put down through here. Our budget column, this, believe it or not, this is where we're going to put what we're going to budget, how much money. Our expenses are what we're actually spending, all right? And then our income, the only place we have to put an income amount is in this first field. And then our difference here is going to be the difference between our budget and our expense, which will either give us a 0, a negative, or a positive number, all right? If it's negative over here, it means our expenses were more than what we budgeted, all right? We're going to say budget minus expense. So if we budget 10 and we spend 20, then this would be minus 10. However, if we budget 10 and we only spend 5, then it's a positive 5. All right, so we have that. So our first item in here is going to be our income. And again, guys, I'm trying to do this just from memory. So then income tax. That's always a fun thing, isn't it? Sherry, I don't know if you're looking at that. Would the next thing be housing?
I don't have it pulled up because my internet's going so slow.
Let me see if I can get this. I know. Here, hold on.
I didn't want to lose you again.
Well, it's not doing too much. Here, hold on for a minute. Um, let me
Okay.
pause this recording just for a second, okay? And I'll see if I. Okay.
Actually, you're right. It is
So
housing.
yeah, our housing
Yep.
tax if you're married.
It's income, significant others income,
Yeah, if you're
income
single
tax, and
married,
then
you have to put your
housing.
significant other's income in there, and your significant other's income tax, right? Housing, you're both. Hopefully, you and your significant other are in the same housing area.
Gotcha.
And then after housing, we have,
And
yeah,
then
it's
escrow and a bunch of different stuff.
gas and electric is the next one, I think. I think it's gas and electric,
Yep, gas and electric utilities.
water, and sewer. Okay. Oh, we have to
And
do escrow in
sewer.
there as well.
Yep.
But since
Then telephone, land, telephone cell.
the phone, and not a lot of people have landlines anymore. I mean, I do, but I'm an old guy. Um, but most people just now have cell phones, so I just put phone in. So I have gas, electric, water, sewer, phone. Uh, after phone, I think it's car, is it not?
Okay. Yep, car payment.
I'm going to do that. Car, and then we have our car insurance, and we have our car maintenance. Well, I don't think there's a K in the word maintenance. All right, and after our car maintenance, yep, food, clothing.
Hmm. Then you got food. Says alcohol or cigarettes.
I wonder why I'm not getting coming up.
Alcohol, entertainment,
Oh, after food is
cable.
alcohol. After food comes alcohol.
Can you hear me? Yep, alcohol and then entertainment. Yes. And then entertainment. And then cable and internet. And then clothing.
Clothing after. Oh, internet. Yeah. I wouldn't
Cable
take
and
that
internet
category.
access. It's cable and internet. And then clothing. Yep, then clothing. And then student loan payments. Yep, I lost your screen.
Let me go back in. Can you see now? Sherry, can you see it now?
Yep, I gotcha.
Yes, yes, I can.
So then it's yeah,
After internet.
I can. Can you hear me?
What is
Okay. Okay. So then it's cable,
that?
uh,
Okay,
clothing,
I don't have any.
and then student loan payments, credit
Oh,
card
credit card. Okay.
payments,
And
credit card, miscellaneous, and savings. Gifts, supplies, toys. Yep. And then miscellaneous, and then savings.
all right, so you guys are seeing this.
There you go.
I just filled those guys in. Here, I'm going to do a little bit of. Uh, oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. That's a little thing to see. Good, good, good. All right. So again, married, we're going to put that in the second car, second car insurance, second car.
So when we hit the January and held the shift key down and then click on summary, all those categories copy over to the summary page? Is that what that is? Oh, cool. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Sherry, can you still hear me? All right. So I'm
Hello?
going to,
Hello?
yes, I can.
Yep.
So
Can
now,
you hear me?
again, notice that I have all these
Yeah, I
sheets
can hear you
now,
now.
okay, after I ungrouped them. So now I'm going to go right back
Can you
in.
hear me?
I'm going to click on January. I'm going to hold the shift key down. I'm going to click on March. Now I've regrouped just January, February, and March. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's where reference. I want to figure out my monthly income. I know for a fact that all my demographics. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to put an
Okay.
equal sign. Then I'm going to come down here to my demographics tab. All right, I'm going to click on that. Now notice January and March grouped together. Click on that 42,000 and up here on the formula line, have that cell in there. I'll click right after that D8 that I have. I'm going to say slash 12 because I want to divide that by 12 so I get my monthly income. Now you put yours over here in maybe F14, F14 divided by 12. All right, just click where you have your 42,000, come up to your formula line, click after that, and put slash 12. Once you do that, you can hit the enter key. And look what it's done. You click on that again, 3,500. Notice as your formula there. 25% of your income.
Ah.
Your amount.
That makes sense.
I'm going to say times 0.25. Hit the enter key. So we know that I have to budget $875 for my income tax. Well, guess what? I know if this is what I'm making and the government says I have to pay this, my expense is going to be the same. That's because on some of these items, what you budget is going to be exact spend because you know your rent or your mortgage is going to be each month. You know your payment, your car insurance is going to be each month for your budget and your expense. Uh, Maybe your gas and electric is on a monthly payment. Your internet probably would be. Your phone probably would be, because most cell phones are like $50 a month or whatever. Anyway, if you know that your expense is going to be the same as your budget on these, you can just say equals budget amount and hit the enter key. So now, if our formula will change this, and our reference for the cell will change that as well. So this is how this is working. So let's do that again with housing. We know that I have my rent payment, my demographics page, right? So just going to be spending. So
Yes.
I'll say equals, and I hit the enter. My car payment. Again, I'm going to say equals, click on demographics, click on my car payment, hit the enter key. And again, I know that my budget and expense are going to be the same, so I can say that's equal to that, and hit the enter key. I have that on my demographic. Hit that guy, hit the enter key. Now, here's the thing. My car maintenance is how much I gas maintenance, right? But that can change. Uh, Say you live in the suburbs, like I chose to do on this. Well, what happens if there's major road construction? You suddenly have a huge amount. You're going to wind up spending more in gas, aren't you?
Mhm.
Driving in and might change. So that's why I made that the same. Okay? Food, I think they're saying, I think it's $150 a month per adult. Now we may change
Right.
that. Okay? Go to something called good by using this. So, um, clothing, adult, okay, there's a budget. The internet, you can say, hey, it's a monthly budget, all right, and you can make that the same if you want. And again, don't use my examples here, all right? Do not use my examples here, like on the internet. This is giving the $200 for clothing to you in your instructions. The 250 is given to you in your instructions. So, your housing and car, that's in your instructions as well. But some of these numbers they can please decide to do something else. Now, we also have the fact that after all this, we still want to have some savings. Okay? Well, how do we get savings? We have to get our monthly income, and as we subtract this now. So that means we can put a in here that is going to calculate that. So how do we do that? Again, we're going to start with equals. We need this because we know this is what we have coming in. And from that to subtract all of our expenses. So I'm going to minus. Now we can put the function in, right? Sum parentheses. Now I'm going to income tax. I just did a left mouse click. I'm holding it, and you know the lights are blinking, right? And I'm going to drag this all the way down to miscellaneous. All right. Those are all my expenses. Don't drag it to savings. All right. And then I'm going to close that. Now, right now, see that I have $1,000 in savings. Let's say credit card. Let's say I pay dollars on the card. Watch how the savings changes. See that? I keep coming in here and this guy. Now, I want to have something saved here. All right? But realize this. On your budget, okay, you can only have $3,500 total. So, if you want to say, hey, I want to make sure I don't go over that,
Yeah.
you can put a total line in here. Now you can see so far, I still have 3,500 in there. Now, if I were to somehow say, let's say I'm going to put 1,000 in here for miscellaneous. Now look, see, that's better, right? So at least this total will keep you informed that no matter what you put in here. Actually, it changed. Why didn't that change? Total 36. Oh, I know why. Because this is negative. That's why. It actually said, okay. That's funny. It actually, because I'm taking this 46 off, it just said 346. All right. That's why. But it's still a good thing if you want to put a total down there. At least it's letting you know you're still totaling 3,500. Just know that your savings cannot be negative. So
Mhm.
I'm going to delete that out of there. So let's see. There. Oh, we have all this I tell you. January, and you can see that. There's February. It's still good. Make sure that all these guys have March and now the summary. So let me do this. Click on January. Hold your shift and click on March. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that all of these guys have the right formatting on this. Okay. So now let's look at my different equal to my minus expense. Okay, and I'm going to hit one of those done. Grab the solution, use the fill in, and pull that guy down to with the savings. Okay? I'm not worried about this total. I'm worried about this guy. This is what I was showing you. Say, and I'm going to do this as an example to show you. Things in here right now. Reading this is zero. That's why this is different. For food, say I budget 250. Well, if I say, oh, you know what? I hit 250. But if I hit 300, now look, I got a minus 50, right? And so, and it's also because we're going to wind up doing some conditional formatting on here to reflect those that are
Gotcha.
positive
Yep.
and which one are negative. All right? And we'll do that in the next recorded session. But now, I want to show you something else. Okay? I'm going to click on the summary, which automatically undoes these guys. This is where we're going to sum all of these cells here. Okay? Now, how do we do that? Well, I'm going to do the sum function. I'm going to say equals sum,
Okay.
and then a left parenthesis. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. Remember how I grouped January, February, and March together, and then I did an equal sign and went back to the demographics page. So I had three groups that went back to a single page, right? Well, I got a single page that's going to go back and group those three guys together. So once I have my equal sum and this guy here, I'm going to click on January. All right. Now, before I click anything else, I'm going to hold the Shift key down and click on March. Now,
Right.
notice up here, you remember how whenever we do more than one cell, it'll say like B4 colon B15? Well, it does the same thing with these tab names. January colon March. It means it's taking January through March. Now, which cell do I want? Well, I started with the budget under income right there. I want that same cell of which I'm putting the formula in on the summary page. So once I have that, I'm going to close that parentheses and hit the enter key. See, it's still budget income. Now, here's the really nice thing about this. I only have to do this one time because everything on summary, January, February, March, and summary, it's all in the same place. Because remember how we joined them all together and typed these in? So with that, guess what? I can now pull that across. And after I get it across, I can pull it down. Now, you remember we had $3,500 a month for 3 months? That's $10,500. $825 a month for our income tax times
Right.
3, $2,625. So as we change things, okay, yeah, so now you see your gas and electric. All right, I'm going to click January, hold down March again, okay. Say gas and electric, let's say I budgeted $75, okay. Now if I click on summary, there you go.
Oh, that's cool.
So once you get to this part, guys, what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and continue to hold January and March You can go in and put your budget amounts in here. Okay, it doesn't matter. Uh,
Hmm. Sweet.
I want to see how much I have. $634. Oh, alcohol. I think they say $40 a month if you're choosing alcohol. Uh, so with this budget right here, and I just typed in random numbers, guys. Right now, I can save $399 a month. All right, but now my expenses on some guys are going to be different. But again, you may be on a budget for your gas and electric, so you can just say equals and hit that. Water and sewer could be the same thing. Budget. Phone, absolutely, that can be on a budget. Your car, whoops, your car insurance more than likely is going to be on a budget, right? Now here's the maintenance. This is probably going to change some on months, so you want to leave that blank right now. Alcohol will change, entertainment will change, clothing, credit card. The rest of these guys are probably going to change. So you then you'll have to ungroup the sheets and go in one at a time. So here's January. Well, you know what? January is you have New Year's Eve, so maybe that's $60 there that I have on booze and stuff. Car maintenance. It's winter. It's cold. You have to warm your car up. Maybe I'm spending $96 there instead of 81. Uh, Entertainment. Again, maybe you have a New Year's Eve party. Um, Clothing. I don't know if you have to buy anything new or something. Maybe again here, maybe you only spend 150 instead of 200. Credit cards. Again, maybe you have to pay off those Christmas presents or something. So maybe instead of 50, maybe you have $155. Gifts, toys, supplies. Again, New Year's Eve. You never know. 120. Miscellaneous. Again, I'm just making up numbers. So now, if you want to know what your savings is here, what you can do is you can say this is equal to your income, right, minus the sum of column C expenses of what you're paying. Close that. Whoops. It says they found more than one. So I got to do this again. Equals
Mm-hmm.
the sum. Oh, I'm sorry. Equals B6 minus the sum of, let's try that again. Maybe I'm doing, oh, there it is. I think I took it all the way down to the savings. Yeah. Now, notice that this says it's $207. Yeah, this minus this. Now, the problem with this is going to be, say you come into the negative amount, all right? Oh, here's the other thing, guys. 399 minus 192 is 207. But if your savings is less than what you budget, that's wrong, isn't it? So I'm thinking that this difference here should probably be C23 minus B23. So now let's see what it is. See, because I want to budget 400 and I'm saving this, so I'm actually $207 in the hole. Does that make sense, Sherry? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I only had January done. So I'm going to have to go into February and March to do the same thing. But so if I come back in here on my summary, now we can see how things are going. And because I only have January still for savings here, that's why this is showing 100.
Yes, it does.
But this guy is showing all the others. So again, just come in here, fill in these guys, right? Now, once you fill it in, you have to let me know because I get to send you a chance card, which is an unexpected expense. You have to find somewhere to put it in there and adjust your budget.
Gotcha.
Not your budget, you have to adjust your expenses. Yes, yes, because let's face it, things could happen. You could yeah, I mean you could be walking in your basement, slip on water and dislocate your elbow. Like that's never happened. Actually, that did happen to me
Oh, okay.
just about a year ago. It was
I
December 30th.
see. She's throwing us a curveball, huh?
So with that, I think you guys should be able to get the rest of this done.
Exactly.
Well, at least fill that in. Then once you have this done, we'll come back in the next session,
Right.
and we're going to look at making sure that all this guy here is
Sure did.
formatted pretty, and you have to add some graphics,
Hmm.
and we'll look at the conditional formatting. I will give you a clue. You can here if you join these pages again.
Sounds good.
Conditional formatting is grayed out. But if I ungroup them, you can only do conditional formatting on one page at a time. But here's the other thing. If I get it done here, and it's in the difference column for the month, if I get it done here, what I can do is basically I should be able to hit that format painter. Then I can click on February and highlight that guy, and then just click that paint and put that same formatting on here. So you can do it that way as well. So you don't have to do the same highlight, conditional formatting, and put the rules in. All right, but we will go over that. All right. So go ahead, try to get this much done, and then let me know. All right. So was all tonight helpful with everything? Sherry, was it good? Good.
All right.
Glad to hear that. Oh man. Yeah. As soon as this comes up on my
Sounds
screen, here, I'll
good.
do it. Come on, people.
Very.
There we go. Come on.
Yes, it was. That helped out a lot. Did you want to stop that recording?
Stop it and just don't kill it because I want to be able to save it. So. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. So as you work on this, guys, if you get stuck on a problem anywhere, try to
Right.
continue on and do some other things. Do not let the one little area stop you from continuing to do some other things. All right, and contact me, and what we'll do is basically solve your problems. We can get on here one on one. I'm going to